Hello friends, my name is Shail Googly. I am a realtor with Home Realty, and today I have brought you to 200 Veterans Drive. This is a place which is close to the Mount Pleasant GO station on Sandalwood and Veterans, between Veterans and Mississauga Road, the famous Mississauga Road. And we are today going to meet with a first-time home buyer, and we will understand from him exactly what was the thought process and how they decided on buying this house. So let's move inside. Buyers. Arjun, just to give you a little introduction, Arjun came to Canada about 1.5 years ago. After just a couple of months of settling in, he rented a condo, which I helped him get in Scarborough. But that was the time. He had already decided that as soon as possible, he would like to own a property.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Arjun, we could just start off by you giving us a little background about how you started.
Okay, yeah. I came to Canada around 2 years back in April 2018. At that time, we were pretty new to the country. I did not have jobs at that time, but I was quickly able to get a job, and we rented a basement at that time. And once my wife got a job, we decided to move out of the basement. And at that time, I met Shail Kaka. He was really helpful in getting a good condo based in our budget, and most extremely, and the most important point was the location, because my wife was traveling downtown and I needed close by to my workplace. So he was able to negotiate a successful deal for us, and we stayed in that property for close to 2 years. And then during that time, we had constant interaction on how to move ahead from renting to owning a home, because the cost of renting and owning a home was really comparable at that time. And I'm glad that we were able to get a good deal, and we bought a house, Townhome in Brampton, in this June 2020.
I'm happy that I was able to guide you and help you through that.
Yeah.
But there were a few questions. Now, would you say that one of the main questions you had was, should I rent or should I buy?
Yeah, that was a big question in terms of the rent and in terms of buying. When you look at the difference, it's not much considering the location and your budget. So we made a decision at that time that we would be renting for a limited period, and after that we would definitely plan for our new home. And that's how we planned, and that was only possible because we constantly interacted with Shail Kaka and how to plan it, because the initial down payment was there, which is a restricting factor for everyone, and we needed to plan for it. But again, that planning, location, understanding how the market is, that's the most important part, where you should have a good realtor to help you understand all those key points.
That's very true. That's very true. And as I always said, and I must have told you also, as a buyer, you pay your own mortgage.
Yes.
As a renter, you pay someone else's mortgage.
Yes, that's right.
And you very rightly said that it's most important to start planning
Yes.
the finances also at that time.
Yeah.
So, coming to finances, one of the questions that you also had, and I'm sure a lot of them have, is should I buy with 5% down or wait to accumulate, say, 10 or 15 or 20%? What would you like to advise?
Yeah, that's a good question. You should immediately buy when you have the 5% with you. When we looked at the overall market, and let's say the example of where we stayed, we basically put in 22,000 over 1 year, which could have been put in as a down payment to a new home if we had that 5% or 2% initially. So you should ideally start looking at, once you have that 5% based on your budget, and start investing or start looking for different options based on your location, what you want, a townhome or a condo. And I guess 5% is a good way to start instead of waiting for market to jump by 8 or 9%.
Absolutely. And what Arjun is saying is that one of the things what most of them think is, if I wait to accumulate 10% or 20%, you might save on the mortgage insurance.
Yes.
But even if you calculate that, I'm sure, as he rightly said,
Yeah.
the savings there are far less compared to what the market price of the property going to increase by.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. Is this the right time to buy? So what do you have to say on that now?
Yeah, I guess in real estate, every time that you get and every opportunity that you have is the right time. If you miss that, you miss that market momentum. So it's important that you make decision, interact constantly with your realtor to understand different options, different areas, what your budget is, and take that decision on a definite time interval instead of waiting for things to change. That would be my suggestion to new first time home buyers.
As you rightly said, no one can predict whether the prices are going to fall.
Yes.
There are people who have waited for years and years, but the prices have just kept going up.
Yes.
So absolutely right. I think that was a good decision. Are you happy with your decision?
Yeah, extremely. I'm really happy with our decision. To just elaborate on that, when we buy the property and we compare the price of the listings here, the price have definitely gone up by 5% when we compare what price we bought. So that definitely was really a good decision, and yeah, we are really happy with investing in our first home.
Excellent. And I remember that when we had bought this, and this is just to let you know, this was just March of this year, 2020. And after that, this COVID happened.
Yes.
And we were a little concerned as prices were going down. But then, as Arjun was telling us,
Yeah.
now we see that the prices have gone up by almost 5%, and now 5% is $30,000. So let's move on. Another question I remember that we had discussed, and there are a lot of others who would like to know, is should I buy a townhome or a condo townhome or a condo? What's your advice?
Yeah, I would say look at your budget, and every real estate investment, whether it's a townhome, whether it's a condo, it's a good investment. It's a good place to stay. So look at your budget. Interact with your real estate to understand what are the different options, different locations that are coming up. So and invest accordingly to that. So that would be my suggestion on condo or a townhome or a detached home.
Absolutely. And also, I remember you telling me that it was the transportation
Yes.
was very important. Being near a
Yes.
transportation.
Yeah. So transportation was a key decision maker for us because I work closer to one. My wife works closer to downtown. So we had to arrive on a solution which would be beneficial for both of us. So I guess that's where we interacted with Shail Kaka to understand which location would be important to us. And I guess at that time we looked at the overall market, the pricing, and Brampton was the most economical option. And we really got a brand new townhome through our market research.
Excellent, excellent. So nice to see that you're happy. Moving on to the next question that I had was, I hear this houses in my budget are very old. Is it better to go farther, and is it better to go farther just because you're getting a newer home, or is it okay to stay closer and go with an older home? What has been your experience, and what would you advise?
Yeah. So I would advise everyone to look at both the options and compare how it fits you. I would, based on the overall market and interaction that we had, we looked at the old homes, and that had appreciation over a fixed term that was really beneficial for us when we were looking at our budget and looking at the market. So I would definitely advise looking at old homes which are closer to GTA, so that you can travel conveniently to your work office location. And also when we looked at the appreciation percentage, which was much higher when you want to move to a bigger home or a newer home in future.
Absolutely. So basically, what you're saying is, depending on where you want to be,
Yes.
it doesn't matter whether it's a slightly older home.
Yes.
And nowadays, because of work from home
Yes.
getting more and more popular, it doesn't matter. I mean, it might be okay to move a little away,
Yes.
but again, it boils down to what is good for you in terms of your lifestyle and quality of life.
Yes.
Absolutely. Moving on to the last question for today is, what would you advise your friends and first-time home buyers about the list of love-to-have criteria versus, like, how do you prepare that list of criteria of what kind of a home to buy?
Okay. Most important part is the budget. Look at your budget. Look at the type of homes that you want to buy. Interact with your real estate agent. we were lucky enough to have that constant interaction and guidance from Shail Kaka on that, where you were able to understand the market dynamics, look at the things that you want to buy. Is your transportation or traveling important? How critical is that? The type of home that you want, whether it's a new home, whether it's a townhome or a condo that you want to buy. Look at also the market, how it has changed, the location that you want to invest in. That would be the key decisions that as a owner you have to make. And I guess with a good real estate agent, you will definitely nail on the key points, which will help you shortlist the properties that you really want to target for. So that would be my advice to all the first-time home buyers.
Absolutely. And one thing that I liked about you and Saroj was that you were very clear on your priorities. It's a good idea to have like a big list of things like it should be like this, it should be like that, it should not be like this, not be like that,
Yes.
and then you can keep looking forever
Yes.
and not find something that suits that.
Yes.
But you were right bang on the spot. That I need these are my top 5 priorities. If I get them, I will buy.
Yes.
Is that what you will advise?
Yeah, I'll definitely advise on that. And interact with your real estate agent to understand which are the key points. Like you could have a list of 10 points and you could not find that home. So it's important that you narrow down on those points, maybe transportation, location, type of home. It's important you have that interaction and visibility to your real estate agent also, so that you don't keep looking for 100 properties.
Excellent, excellent. So I totally understand how you managed to get it so quickly now. I'm sure our viewers have also understood it very well. I'm going to say that everyone's situation and condition is unique. So as Arjun has said, it is always a good idea to do some research on your own and also consult a good realtor to get answers quickly. And also, the prime thing is take action fast, quick, because the real estate is only going in one direction, and which is going up. So, this is Shail Googly saying thank you very much, Arjun, and thank you, viewers, for listening to us. And feel free to call me. My contact details are given below. And any questions that you have, please feel free to call me. I also do a lot of webinars, not just for new home buyers, but also for investors and for so many other topics, which you can read up in the description below. And thank you, Arjun, once again.
Yeah,
and
thank
thank
you,
you, viewers. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.